Do you believe in the unknown? What if the stars hide secrets? Some claim they've seen it, a truth that chills. Stay until the end to understand everything. The chill of an Icelandic winter night enveloped the landscape on January 31st, 1976, making the distant echoes of the quiet town of Reykjanesbær sharper. The air was thick with the promise of strange events. That evening, two fishermen, Einar Magnusson and Vestur Arni, were out on the coast, casting their nets into the dark waters of the Atlantic Ocean, unaware that they were about to witness something beyond earthly comprehension. Suddenly, amidst the rolling waves and bright stars, a bright light flashed across the sky. It swooped and dived, glimmering with an intensity that both dazzled and terrified them. Einar later recounted that it seemed to pulse, like a heartbeat unfolding against the velvet night, before switching from a brilliant white to a deep red. Swept away by raw curiosity, they turned off their headlamps, leaning over the edge of their fishing boat. The world around them faded, replaced by this alien spectacle unfolding above. Heartbeats quickening, they exchanged nervous glances, the thrill of the unknown overwhelming. As Einar fumbled for his fishing gear, a horrifying sound resonated, a low hum that seemed to vibrate in their bones. The light flickered, and for a moment, the night seemed to swallow their surroundings. Then it swooshed right above them, and an overwhelming wave of heat radiated from the object, scorching the very air they breathed. It hovered silently for a moment, almost inspecting its observers. Then, without warning, it shot off into the sky, leaving a trace of bright green sparks dancing in its wake. The fishermen sat in stunned silence, grappling with the realization that they hadn't just witnessed a strange phenomenon, they had been part of something inexplicable. The event, known as the Reykjanes UFO incident, didn't just linger in the shadows of that night. It burst forth into public consciousness, stirring whispers of fear and intrigue. Inside the fishing community, tales of encounters with unidentified flying objects morphed into something resembling a collective dread. Influenced by Iceland's rich folklore involving spirits and elves, many began to associate these otherworldly sightings with long-held cultural beliefs. Were they guardians of the land or harbingers of doom? Journalists flocked to the location as excitement gripped the nation. Within days, the local newspaper, Morgunblaðið, ran extensive features detailing the fishermen's account, encouraging others to come forth with their experiences. Einar and Vestur became reluctant celebrities, pulled into interviews with people offering their own strange encounters. That same year, several reports resonated through the police force, detailing other sightings, from mysterious lights trailing behind the coastal cliffs to strange noises echoing through personal accounts dotted across the landscape. The cumulative effect was electrifying. People began to believe that Iceland had become a hotspot for UFO sightings. Further encounters were recorded in the weeks that followed in various parts of Iceland. Strange lights appeared over the infamous volcanoes, with more reports flooding in from places once considered safe and serene. A significant sighting was logged on March 20th, 1976, at Thingvellir National Park, where it was said that multiple witnesses observed a bright object hovering over Lake Thingvellir. Eyewitness accounts echoed those of the fishermen, many people describing the object as almost alive. Even those disinclined to believe in UFOs found themselves troubled as stories multiplied and fear spread like wildfire. Local authorities began receiving numerous calls about sightings, and police reports indicated strange happenings at a heightened rate. One harrowing detail emerges: a letter of concern penned by local authorities, warning citizens about the potential dangers associated with stress from the overwhelming reports. It was a chilling reflection of societal stress. Despite the recurring encounters and vivid accounts, scientific explanations struggled to take root. The Air Force, equipped with radar installations to monitor aircraft activity, found no substantial evidence. Conditions were ripe for skepticism. Some put forth that the lights were reflections from fishing boats or natural phenomena. The possibility of military exercises was mentioned. Could they be responsible for the unusual flashes in the sky? Yet the disjointed explanations did little to quell the tide of fear grinding through the community. What surrounded the Reykjanes UFO incident was not merely an episode of collective imagination, but rather a reflection of deep-rooted fears in Icelandic culture. Stories of elves, trolls, and hidden people, paranormal entities that dwell in the hidden crevices of the landscape, merge with modern fears of the unknown. A nation steeped in ancient mythos now faced a threat from the very heavens above. Here in this isolated landscape, people began to feel a shift, their once comforting relationship with nature riddled with anxiety. As time passed, the tales persisted. Small, blurry photographs surfaced, and people revisited the site, murmuring about energies clinging to the stones like moss. Research and speculation were rekindled in the community, and small groups began to gather, seeking meaning in their shared experiences. Museum displays emerged, showcasing artifacts and accounts from apparent abductions and sightings. Even a local ritual arose in honor of those lights, a way for people to find solidarity in their mystery. But as the years rolled on, nothing solid ever emerged to explain those odd lights. Unanswered questions hung in the air like fog rolling in over Reykjavik. A chilling detail loomed over events. Officially, numerous unanswered police reports remain in the archives, classifying these events as unexplainable. Today, lingering feelings still haunt the inhabitants of Reykjanesbær. Occasionally, children whisper stories at twilight, and seasoned fishermen glance skyward, a flicker of dread mingling with their restless hearts. What did they truly see that night in 1976? Were they just fleeting sparks, mere figments of their imagination, or remnants of some extraterrestrial visitation? They won't say. Perhaps belief is far more frightening than the unknown itself. After all, what if the stars reveal truths about us we are unwilling to face? Subscribe now for more stories exploring the shadows of what we cannot understand.